bit amazed about this record. Man, it's just when I first heard it on XM radio, it was Alt Nation on XM radio. The opening guitar is frantic. It is heavy. It delivers a heavy freight of emotion, of passion, and you got this guy singing, his voice warmed over with echoes, and it's soothing to listen to. And it's just a fantastic alternative pop record. Now, here's the thing about this tune. At number 16 on my fancy playlist, it reminds me a bit of the early 80s. It's almost as if Rick Springfield teams up with a group like Frankie and the Knockouts, and Frankie and Knockouts had a couple of hit records in the early 80s, Sweetheart, and they come up with this great rock and roll confection with Rick Springfield playing lead guitar. Reminds me a little bit of Nick Lowe, too. Cruel to Be Kind, almost in the same vein. Cruel to Be Kind back in the summer of 1979. And we got Avid Dancer with Feel It Too, a retro sounding record. And here's the amazing thing I learned about this song, this group. It's not a group, it's one person. And his name is Jacob Dillion Summers. And not much is known about him. He was in the Marines. He was in the U.S. Marines. World champion drummer, once lived in the ice-bound frozen wilderness of Alaska. Grew up in a fundamentalist religious family. And you know what that means. Rock and roll. Oh no. That leads to a slippery slope of debauchery, excessive indulgence of carnal pleasures, and just having a good time. And well, he rose above it. And he's not alone. There's other artists who had religious backgrounds, very strict backgrounds, like Katy Perry. Read that Katy Perry couldn't even read Cosmopolitan when she was growing up. Ooh, boy. The drums and Kings of Leon from religious backgrounds, but then they cranked out some great secular music. Avid Dancer, his first single that I got down was Stop Playing With My Heart. I listened to it for the first time on a website that came out in 2013, a little bit more harder edged than this record, Feel It Too. EP in 2014, I believe. And then he came out with his debut album, First Bath, in 2015. But I couldn't find Feel It Too. When I looked at the title listing of the album, I couldn't find Feel It Too listed on that album. So I'm not sure where it came from. And it's underappreciated. Check out the views on YouTube on this record. Let me bring that up for you real quick. I got the official video up. Only 63,119 views, and that's as of this date, April the 18th, 2019, 816 likes, as opposed to 16 dislikes. Boy, you know this is a fantastic record. Indeed it is. Well, here we are, Avid Dancer, just... I don't know. I still keep thinking about going back in the time machine to 1979, 80, 81, or 82, listening to this record on a pop station. Avid Dancer, a.k.a. Jacob Dillion Summers, with Feel It Too on my fancy playlist of April 3rd, 2016 at number 16.